presents this from Honda. Gregor Blanco, Hunter Pence, 1-2. Then Brandon Belt, who's hitting .309 with 7 of his 8 home runs coming on the road. Michael Morse hits cleanup. Hector Sanchez, the switch hitting catcher, gives Buster Posey the day off. Brandon Crawford is the shortstop. Then it's Brandon Hicks, Joaquin Arias, and Tim Lincecum. That order facing Gerrit Cole.
Cole not having a real good start his last time out, but you expect a pitcher like Cole to really be able to bounce back. And earlier this year he did that after having a poor start. The very next one he went out there, he threw I think it was 8 innings of 1-run baseball. I think Gerrit's going to do that similar type job this afternoon. He's going to go out and really go after the hitters, be aggressive like he always is, and shut these guys down.
Not that he needs extra motivation, but a chance to take a series. And of course, this is the club against whom he made his major league debut last year. Starling Marte, Andrew McCutchen, Travis Snyder in the outfield left to right. Pedro Alvarez, Ike Davis on the corners. Up the middle, it's Jordy Mercer and Neil Walker, with Chris Stewart catching Gerrit Cole. Marte has become very popular. Walk-off hero twice on this homestand. Pirates have 9 home wins. 5 of them have been walk-offs already this season.
One thing about Marte we've always thought about is the athleticism that he has and how high that ceiling might be. And every now and then you get a week or so where he just takes over, and you start thinking to yourself, wow, this is a star type player that really fits right alongside McCutchen out in that outfield.
Here's the man that Gerrit Cole faced in his big league debut, Gregor Blanco. June 11th last year. Jerry Davis is the home plate umpire and crew chief. Chris Conroy at first, Phil Cuzzy at second, Quinn Walcott at third. Walcott was the home plate umpire last night. Initially made that call, and then after review, it was overturned. Inside, Cole made his debut June 11th here last year against Tim Lincecum and the Giants. Won an 8-2 decision. He struck out Gregor Blanco on 3 pitches. That won't happen here. So the third pitch is a strike. It's 1-2. 95 from Cole. June 11th against these Giants. And he strikes him out off speed. And Chris Stewart will throw to first to complete the strikeout. So it takes a couple extra pitches, but he does the exact same thing. Strikes out Gregor Blanco to start the game. And Bob, this was so electric that night at PNC Park.
Well, we had been waiting for him to come up. Very highly touted, and to see him come up and throw 100 miles an hour and dominate another team like that was absolutely a shot in the arm for the club. Just another one of those great things that happened to the Pirates last year.
Hunter Pence takes inside.
Sometimes a young player comes up and there's a lot of fanfare, and it kind of turns out to be a little bit of a dud. It certainly wasn't the case with Cole last year. Great pitching, the eye-popping radar gun numbers. It was awesome to watch. It really was.
1-2 on Pence.
As any young guy, you kind of start off with the number 5 guy, you're bottom of that rotation, and then he just slowly started working his way up. And when it came to the last game of the playoffs, who got the nod?
Bounce left side. Alvarez at pick. Ball started to take off a little bit. He gets Pence. 2 outs. Allegheny Health Network Supermo, the 360 spin. Ball came up off the lip a bit. So Cole retires Blanco and Pence, and now it's Brandon Belt. Belt was in some kind of slump when he arrived, but slowly getting out of it. Did not start Friday night, but was involved. And he hits this fly ball toward right center field deep. And Brandon Belt, indeed, starting to come on. That's his 9th home run of the season, and it gives the Giants a 1-0 lead in the first.
Cole being aggressive with that fastball.
Sixth homer allowed by Cole this season. Belt clubs his 9th.
If you're going up against him, I mean, this is, I think, one of the strategies you have to use. You're going up against Cole, is you look for that fastball first pitch, because he comes after everybody. He is not shy about saying, "Here it is. I'm going to get ahead."
Belt has now homered in every city in which the Giants have played this season. 8 of his 9 homers on the road. He's hit 1 at his home yard in San Fran, but Arizona, in LA, in San Diego, Colorado, Atlanta, and now Pittsburgh. One back of the league leader, Giancarlo Stanton of the Marlins.
Let's come right back. 2 fastballs in a row to Morse, the big power hitter. Cole is not shy about using that fastball. He doesn't back away from it ever.
Two and one. Line out to Snyder. 2-out homer for Brandon Belt gives the Giants the early lead. Now the Bucks will come to bat. Travis Snyder will be followed by Neil Walker and Andrew McCutchen. Last 14 games, McCutchen hitting at a .415 clip. Pedro Alvarez, Starling Marte, Ike Davis in the middle. And it's Jordy Mercer, Chris Stewart, and Gerrit Cole against Tim Lincecum.
There's a high ERA that Greg was talking about earlier, 5.12. Lincecum used to be a lot like Cole in his younger days. He'd go out there and have that big, overpowering fastball. Not anymore.
Two-time Cy Young Award winner. His first 2 full years in the big leagues, 2008, 2009. Lincecum won the Cy Young. A couple of Washington natives here. Tim Lincecum against Travis Snyder.
The first couple of times saw Lincecum pitch, his stuff was just eye-popping. You immediately, after the first couple of pitches, you're like looking at each other and say, wow, there's an amazing arm.
From Bellevue, Washington, facing the man from Kirkland, Washington, Travis Snyder, leading off and draws the leadoff walk. Bob Lincecum's velocity down certainly a few miles an hour since those days where he won the Cy Young, and very inconsistent. Last year was an up and down season, mostly down, but then he throws out of nowhere a no-hitter last summer. Hard to figure.
Yes, it is. I think what that shows you more than anything else, that there's a little bit of luck that goes into no-hitters. He certainly doesn't have no-hit stuff anymore.
Ball 1.
I was a little surprised to see that big contract offered to him in the offseason, the way he is kind of deteriorated.
Signed the 2-year extension October 22nd, 2013.
Was it last year that he offered to go to the bullpen?
Yeah, he did spend some time in the bullpen, especially their playoff run and into the World Series a couple of years ago.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, it was last year.
Pitch is taken outside. Neil Walker ahead 2-0. He made 5 of his 6 appearances in the postseason 2 years ago out of the pen. What
you see with Lincecum is not out of the ordinary. This is kind of more ordinary than you would think. Guys come up and they, as the years go by, their stuff starts deteriorating and they have to change as a pitcher. And some guys don't do a very good job of it, and some guys do a very good job.
So he's had a lot of trouble against lefties in particular. Hasn't thrown a strike yet. 7 pitches. There's one.
Well, a lot of talk about Greg Maddux, about how he just, didn't really have a lot of stuff, but good control. Well, he evolved into that. When he first came up with the Cubs, he had very good arm. He threw very hard, not maybe like Cole hard, but low to mid 90s. And he evolved and actually became a better pitcher as his stuff deteriorated. The control became so much more important to him.
He has walked 9 in 32 innings this season. An overshift against Neil Walker. We talked about this on the radio side last night. They're shifting him more than they do Alvarez. Switch hitting Neil Walker. It's now 3-2. Travis Snider has not attempted a steal this season. Lincecum historically has had trouble against the stolen base. And there goes Snider on the 3-2, and it's slap foul out of play.
We talked last night about how we're going to have to bring back the weather map to show
hot zones
where the thunderstorms are, where that heavy rain is. We'll do that. Now that's kind of an old-fashioned way of showing where pitches hits.
It's not the weather map.
We're not using the weather map. The radar map.
3-2 the count. A 4-pitch walk to Snider. Lincecum fell behind Walker 3-0. Now Walker, after taking a strike, has fouled off a couple. Snider was off in the previous pitch. Lincecum just now going into the stretch. And there goes Snider again, and it's hit in the air to right, but that's going to hook foul. Stays 3-2. Against the Giants, Walker has hit safely in 11 of his 14 career games here at PNC Park, played against San Francisco, but 0 for 3 last night. He's 3 for 8 with a home run in his career against Lincecum. And another 3-2 pitch. Chopped to the right side. Snider will reach second as Belt makes the routine play at first.
Up and in changeup. I guess it was up and away. I thought it was up and in when I saw it live. There's something you noticed on that strike zone. Almost all the pitches, except for I think 2 on the outside corner or away, but they were playing him the pull, thinking that the book must be, hey, even when you pitch him away, he's still going to go out and try to hook the ball. Because they sure stayed with him the whole time.
McCutchen is hit, foul ball.
And another thing I thought was a little odd too. There wasn't a single pitch at or below the knees. Everything was up. Right off the knob. Almost got hit in the hand.
It was almost a Willie Stargell-like reaction from McCutchen. McCutchen fouls it off, and he's in the hole 0-2. There's for years, baseball ran a blooper video that included Willie Stargell ducking out of the way of a pitch. And Stargell kept the barrel of the bat upright as he ducked his head, and the ball hit the barrel. And Stargell got up, looked at the home plate umpire, looked back at the pitcher, looked at the catcher, grinned. This ball hit high to right field. Snider going to be waved home. Hunter Pence's throw toward the plate is going to be off the mark. McCutchen gets the RBI to tie the game and goes to second on the throw.
That was kind of an ill-advised throw to just airmail everybody, put it all the way to home plate. That ball was hit far enough toward right center that I don't see how there was going to be a play at the plate. A little hanging slider and hit the other way. But see how Pence had to kind of angle over and come in a long way? I mean, his opportunity to actually make it out there is slim and none.
And Bob, don't you as a right fielder have to almost make that decision? As soon as I start going to my right,
before
it's
you touch
impossible
the ball,
to throw out a guy.
Before he even touched the ball, he should have thought, hey, either hit the cutoff guy or throw it to second.
Yeah, bad play there by Pence.
And now the opportunity for another run presents itself with more speed at second base.
Second baseman last night, A-Ray Adrianza, ill-advised throw to third to try and get Marte, and that led to the victory. Let's see if Alvarez can take advantage of a Pence mistake.
With all these kids here this afternoon, this place is going to get loud to keep scoring runs. This is the kind of game that the youngsters like to watch, all these balls being hit out there. All the stuff to holler about.
Not under that one.
It just missed it. Right underneath it.
Hutchin went just a few steps off the second base bag.
I don't think the youngsters came here to see a pitcher's duel. I think they want to see some home runs. And this ball just got underneath it. You could hear the way everybody was yelling. Could be a fun afternoon. We were talking about that in the open, about how much fun it's been for the fans as homestand with all the action going on. Today might be similar.
Starling Marte now 4 for 9 in the series. Last 7 games hitting at a 400 clip. Line to left field. That will bring home McCutchen. Marte into second base, rips a double to left, and the Pirates take a 2-1 lead.
Absolutely blistered that ball. Lincecum's not throwing a lot of stuff that's fooling anybody. Everything seems to be, up thigh high or higher. I would love to count how many pitches he's thrown below the knees. Can't be too many. He's thrown 19 pitches. He hadn't gone downstairs very often. Everything is up.
Seventh RBI, 5th double of the season for Marte. Brings home McCutchen.
Keep the line moving. Another runner in scoring position.
Now it's Ike Davis. He had a couple of hits last night.
Another pitch. Way high. Really is not working the ball down at all. A little above the knees.
Years old, first round pick, 10th overall in 2006 by the Giants.
Age-wise, he should be riding in his prime right now. Probably, if you go by that, should have a little bit more of that fastball left than he does.
He's thrown well his last 4 times out, 2.91 ERA over his last 4 outings. First 2 times, gave up 11 runs in 10 innings. Ike Davis gets encouragement from the bench. Jeff Branson, his hitting coach. Attaboy Ike, way to battle. Davis, good to see him hit the ball hard a couple of times last night, including a gap shot into right center. Stays 1-2 on Ike Davis. Single to right field, just over the first base bag his first time up last night, and then in his fourth inning AB against Tim Hudson, he doubled to the right center gap. So he had 2 of the 5 Pirate hits. And that is up, 2-2. Lincecum's 8th career start against the Pirates. He's made 4 starts here at PNC Park. He's 0-2 in this yard, a .491 career ERA. His pitching coach is Dave Righetti. Now that's hit hard, but a one-hop shot to Hicks. The second baseman throws out Ike Davis. Travis Snyder walked to start things in the bottom of the first inning, and he scored from second on the base hit by Andrew McCutchen. Lunchbox slides in, and now it's 2-1. Top half, McCutchen the RBI single, and he scored on the Marte double. Hector Sanchez, Pirates had a lot of trouble getting him out on Monday night. He was the catcher, went 4 for 7. He drove in 3. He was hitting .179 going into the game on Friday night, now batting .239. Mr. Posey gets the day off. Strike, and it's 1-2. Michael Morris talking with Posey and Pence. Two and 2 on Hector Sanchez. It's his 9th start of the season. Gerrit Cole, his 7th start. And he takes care of Sanchez with his 2nd K.
A few more off-speed pitches to Sanchez and the other guys that have been up there. He set up that fastball. It wasn't one of his best, just 94. It's the result you're looking for, swing and a miss.
And now he faces Brandon Crawford. We talked with Cole Friday night about good friends. Brandon Crawford, 2 UCLA products, and Cole dating Crawford's sister Amy. Two balls and no strikes. Crawford 1 for 3 in last night's game, 2 for 7 in the series. He was drafted in 2008, 4th round pick by the Giants out of UCLA. Cole by the Pirates in the 1st round, and there's a base hit on the 2-0 pitch.
Bragging rights.
Yep. For now.
Well, I think Cole can say, yeah, you got a hit, but busted your bat.
Free Shirt Friday. Pirates hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. The first 25,000 fans will take home one of these Russell Martin t-shirts thanks to Milan. For tickets and to see all of this year's t-shirt designs, you can go to pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. Pirates take on the Cardinals, reigning National League champions. Of course, the Pirates played in the National League Division Series. Bucks took 2 of 3 from the Redbirds opening weekend here. The ball popped up easy for Alvarez in foul territory. Takes care of Brandon Hicks, 2 outs.
Blew up another bat. Now, if you're going up there and you're looking fastball, I mean, to swing it, that ball up on your hands like that, you had to be looking breaking ball. Odd. Because if you're thinking, okay, he's going to start me off with a heater, at no point does that ball ever look like as a strike.
So why would he be thinking that? It is odd, huh?
Yeah, the first pitch fastball up and in to swing and jam yourself that badly and break your back. And after you'd been set up, maybe with a couple of breaking balls, yeah, that happens. just the timing of it is kind of unusual.
First pitch from Cole to Joaquin Arias is a strike. Pablo Sandoval also gets the day off today. So Arias playing at third base. Bounce to the right side. Walker on to first. That'll take care of the Giants. Brandon Crawford had a 1-out single. He is stranded as Arias grounds out. Pirates lead the Giants 2-1.
This to say, quote, you have a 5'0" guy out there weighing 150 pounds on a good day, twisting and contorting his body, and then he releases a mid-90s fastball at you, or his devastating changeup, and I feel sorry for the hitters. End quote. But again, guys, as we talked about the different version of the freak we're seeing now, that was back in 2011. Things have changed.
Yeah, that's for sure. He does not seem to be the same pitcher, Dan, that he was when he was winning those back-to-back Cy Young awards and striking out 250 plus batters. Jordy Mercer fouls this pitch back and out of play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on the shortstop, who was 0 for 3 last night, 2 for 7 in the series. And Lincecum struck out 265 batters to lead the league in 2008. Led the league again the following year, punching out 261. Led the league a 3rd consecutive season, 231 punch-outs. Still up there every year in strikeouts,
maybe
but
it's because he cut his hair.
That could be.
He's had the little long locks.
Yeah. Listed graciously at 5'11", 170. Back to what Chris Stewart quoted about him. 2-2. Chris Stewart caught Lincecum and the other Giants pitchers back in 2011 after Buster Posey was knocked out at the broken ankle, that collision at home plate, the second half of that year. This ball hit in the air, and that's going to drop in foul territory. That's what you and I were talking about, the irony of that last night. The Buster Posey rule, they changed the rules this year, the home plate collisions. It's Buster Posey who backs away from Marte sliding in, and the expanded replay really was set in motion a couple years ago when the Pirates down in Atlanta played that 19-inning game, and Jerry Meals, the home plate umpire, blew the call. Michael McHenry had received the ball in plenty of time. The call was safe. The Braves won the ball game, and that, along with the Galarraga near no-hitter for the Tigers, kind of set in motion expanded replay. So he had 2 of those converging moments as Mercer hits this ball high and foul out of play off to the left.
I see an awful lot of catchers just going along and doing things the same way they've always done. And, you know, I hear about the rule about blocking the plate, but guys are still doing it. But, I mean, if you catch the ball and run the other way, the guy's going to be safe every time.
That's pretty much what they have asked Posey to do since his return.
Now,
strikes
if
out.
you didn't have the replays and the umpires would give you the ball beat you, so you're out. You know, kind of like the phantom play out at second base. We'll look at this. I'll finish the.
Scott Cousins, that collision in May of 2011. Tore up his left leg. Was out for the rest of the year. So the Giants tried to convince Posey from that point on to back away.
You'd have that phantom play out at second base. You know, that's the similar type thing on all tag plays over the years. If the ball beats you and you put the glove down in front of the base or in front of the plate, you brought it up, guy was out whether he was tagged or not. You can't do that anymore because now they're going to challenge it and they're going to see that the tag was missed. We've already seen that several times this year. So now the tag actually has to be applied. There's no phantom put the ball down and get it out of there like there used to be.
Stewart, a base hit with 1 out.
I mean, how many times have we seen that over 20 years where somebody would make a catch? And in fact, infielders were even taught, you don't leave it down there all day. Get the tag down, get the glove out of there. That way the ball's not getting kicked out or anything like that. And you're always going to get the out call. And there were a lot of times you would know the guy was never tagged, but nobody would ever say a word about it. The ball beat him. The glove was down in front of the base. The guy was out. But that rule has changed now. The tag has to be applied or it'll be challenged and it's going to be overturned.
Gerrit Cole at the plate. Bunts it foul.
And that's what happened with the Jerry Mills play.
Well, Marte the other day stole second on an overturned call, and this is again the play from last night.
Yeah, the ball beating the runner doesn't really matter anymore.
Right. We're talking about the Jerry Mills
right.
play.
The Jerry Mills play was
Lugo, the runner.
Was where there was no challenge, obviously, at that time, and it was almost like Mills took it on himself to change the ball beat him, he's going to be out. So you really have to make sure you apply a tag. So it was like Mills tried to make the rules then like they are now, and that's why with the uproar was like, wait a minute,
what's going on here?
Yeah.
That's set in motion, really, this whole thing, and that's just so weird about last night's play.
That would be a similar thing to the Mills. The plate would have been on a double play if you would have had the umpire make a safe call out at second base and have the game be lost on that, where all of a sudden you're going to enforce the neighborhood play, that you can't have a neighborhood play. That was the same thing to me as the play at the plate.
Well, they took the bunt off. Cole showed bunt with 2 strikes, but he singles to center. Once again, the Pirates having trouble getting the bunt down, though Cole leads the team in sacrifice bunts. But it seems like there's nothing this guy can't do.
Well, it's another thing that Cole has quickly kind of established himself as he's the best hitter of the starters.
He had a pinch hit single the other night in the 13-inning game, and here taking the bunt off, and he singles into center.
Now, I don't know if he did that on his own or not. If he did, I don't condone that, because for every base hit you're going to get, you're going to hit into 3 or 4 double plays by doing that. So, I mean, it was great that he got the base hit right here, but more often than not, you're going to hit a ground ball at somebody, and now there's going to be a double play and the inning's over, and why did you swing the bat when you were supposed to be bunting? If he did that on his own, I don't know. In fact, we've seen that this year, haven't we?
Yeah.
Where I think it was Cole himself swung on his own and hit into a double play.
Here's Travis Snyder now with 2 on and 1 out. Walked on 4 pitches in the bottom of the first and scored on a McCutchen single. Off speed, but the runners will move up 90 feet. That's a big, wild pitch.
I'm sure I'm wrong about this, but I think that that might be the first ball he's bounced all day. Maybe just got kind of by surprise. Can you remember another ball bouncing in the dirt?
Nope. Line to right field by Travis Snyder. This is going to score a couple runs. Travis Snyder, 2-run single, gives the Pirates a 4-1 second-inning lead.
Lincecum's stuff right now not real, impressive, and you mix that with control that maybe is not what he's looking for, and there's some balls being hit real hard.
Snyder his 10th and 11th ribbies of the season. Walker grounded out to Brandon Belt in the first. Rips this one into center field. Boy, the Pirates really are just barreling this ball up.
I was just about to say they changed the shift. They don't have anybody on the second base side of second base, and boom, he puts one right through there.
Well, why would they do? Why would they change it?
Last time up, you pointed it out that they did. Look, there's nobody there. Now, last time he was hitting, had shortstop standing right where this ball goes.
Go figure. What makes them decide to change from that first inning at bat where he bounced to Brandon Belt?
Still pitching him away. Pitched him away. Went out and hooked it.
Here's Bochy's club now trailing Gerrit Cole and the Pirates 4-1. Cole helps his own cause. And now McCutchen. 2 on, still 1 out. You can just see the Pirates very comfortable at the plate and anxious to get up there. Lincecum struggling with his stuff. McCutchen single into right center field brought in Travis Snyder. 18 RBIs on the year now for McCutchen. Broken bat pop up. Infield fly. 2 outs.
Hutch jammed himself on that one. Something pretty slow.
Here's Alvarez. Alvarez got under one. He didn't square up. Flied out to Hunter Pence and right. And now Lincecum wants to talk to Hector Sanchez. Alvarez is 3 for 8 in his career against Lincecum. He's tied for 5th in the National League with 8 homers. The 7-game hitting streak came to an end last night. Still seems to be in a pretty good groove, batting .314 over his last 8 ball games.
Long discussion at the mound, a lot longer than you would have thought for just maybe changing signs. You had the shortstop in there though, and talked for quite a while.
Takes the big swing. 0-1.
A high changeup. I think that's the same pitch that McCutchen got jammed on.
And now 0-2. A couple times this series, Alvarez has hit a ball right to Brandon Crawford. It was not swung over on the other side to second. That is playing deep behind the bag. And 1-2. As the fastball from Lincecum misses to Pedro Alvarez. There is Brandon Crawford behind Travis Snyder. Snyder driving in a couple of runs with a base hit. Walker singled him to second. And that's out of play. 52 pitches thrown, less than 2 innings now by Lincecum.
Sometimes when things are going really well and guys are seeing the ball hitting it hard, you get a little over anxious. And I think that's where Pedro is to this point of this at bat. You still have to make sure you get something down in the zone where you're comfortable hitting it.
Oh, down on strikes he goes. The final out, the Pirates get a couple, and after 2, lead the Giants. Rogers Hornsby, third out of the 9th inning. Unfortunately, came an inning after the Cardinals scored 6 in the 8th. That put them ahead 10-9 for the win. So a wild triple play.
Red Cameron play that day?
I don't think so. He did for a time, though, play for the Cardinals. Glenn Wright was a Pirate and a Brooklyn Dodger, so I'm wondering if
trade
maybe
certainly
maybe
teammates.
Cameron and Wright played on the Brooklyn Dodgers. We were talking about that maybe Glenn Cameron's record for assists by a pitcher.
Red Cameron.
Red Cameron. What would I say?
Glenn.
Well, wasn't it Glenn Red Cameron? Of course it was. Strikeout of Lincecum, 1 away. Now Gregor Blanco. Glenn Wright was a shortstop with the Pirates. He was with the Bucks from 1924 through 1928. His nickname was Buckshot. Glenn Buckshot Wright. Now, Gregor Blanco's nickname is White Shark. He played winter ball for a team called the Tiburones. The Sharks. And I don't think that's a good nickname to have when you're coming into Pittsburgh. How long has that big thing been up? Any idea? It's right there by the Joel Hanrahan bobblehead. I'll tell you what, the Sharks having a little bit of trouble early on, hoping to get things back together. Some blown saves in the month of April, hoping to right the ship in May. Now 3-1 on Gregor Blanco. And the cast of characters kind of
full bench
changing. Yeah, they brought Phil Irwin in yesterday. Jason Grilli thinks he's getting closer and closer, hoping to throw off the mound before too long this week. 3-2 on Gregor Blanco. Cole has sold. Cole Train. Play off the old TV show Soul Train, and a swing and a miss at 97 miles per hour, and that velocity creeping up again as the game goes on. Speaking of velocity, we have a tweet, and you can tweet us at #BucksBooth. This from BT Campbell. Where has Cole's velocity gone? I know mid-90s is above average, but I recall him regularly hitting 100 last season. I don't think he's had trouble at all with his velocity, has he?
No, there's no. I mean, it's just, it was up there and off there real quick, but there's the average fastball velocities. There's essentially no difference. And he threw 97 in the first inning today. I mean, we just don't point it out every time he gets way up there, and he didn't regularly throw 100 miles an hour. He touched it every now and then, and he's hit 100 a couple of times this year also. It's just when a young guy comes up and throws 100 mile an hour, we let hot air balloons go and all kinds of things. It's confetti falls from the sky.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, 100 mile an hour. So,
I've never
but
seen
now, okay, he's done it. Let's turn the page and you move on to getting guys out. Now, I would think that Cole will maintain this plus velocity of his for quite some time, but it'll start deteriorating a little bit over the years as they go by, and he'll become a little different pitcher, just like we were talking earlier about guys that have changed over the years. Guys like Greg Maddux sometimes even get better as their stuff backs off a little bit. How about Hudson last night? I mean, he's a pretty good example of somebody that has evolved and turned the page, and still at an advanced age is pitching and doing it at a very high level. But he doesn't have the same stuff he did as a youngster.
Ball knocked down, and they got him. 3-1 on the putout. Well, we'll point out that Cole did throw 100 miles an hour or more 11 times last year. But the point is, he's winning 4-1. The Major League leaders, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim with 11. And Marte with that triple last night in the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 outs. What a crazy, dramatic, wild finish that was. Right after Alvarez had hit into a double play. Marte hit the ball off the wall and right past Pence. Second baseman threw past Sandoval, or at least off of Sandoval. Pablo Sandoval retrieved it, threw to the plate. The throw beat Marte, but Buster Posey kind of backed away from the headfirst dive tag, and review showed Marte did score. The first walk-off after a challenge in Major League history.
They used to be really big on telling everybody, whatever you do, never go head first into home plate. Yeah. Because you'd be going to the dentist the next day. Catchers would not allow that to happen. But with a new rule, all bets are off.
Marte and the Pirates have gotten a little over anxious here with Lincecum.
Yeah, well, Lincecum's starting to bounce some of those breaking balls.
Was way in front of the plate.
If you look at the last 3 hitters and count up all the balls that have been in the strike zone, you might get to 3 or 4 out of all the pitches combined. But that is what we're talking about.
It's almost like they have this early success here, and they're chomping at the bit.
Right, to
and
get
so
up
they
there
get up there and they don't
swing.
just want to start hacking at anything. I want to get my hit, my ribby, my knock, instead of being patient about it.
But I know that Kutch jammed himself on a ball, a changeup. I think it was not in the strike zone. I think Pedro saw maybe 1 or 2 pitches that were strikes. Everything else outside the strike zone. And that at bat right there to Marte. Same thing. Got to show some patience and make sure he's throwing the ball over the plate. And then you'll get some swings at some good pitches to hit.
Davis took a strike. Now fouls a pitch off from Lincecum. Mike Davis bounced out to second baseman Brandon Hicks his first time. And a base hit for Ike Davis. 2 hits last night. 1 out single here. Brings up Jordy Mercer. On this week's Inside Pirates Baseball, the guys do their best imitations of first base coach Rick Sofield. And Ike Davis continues to try to bring some new power to the Pirates, and much more. Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network. Today after postgame on Root Sports.
Now, he didn't throw Ike a strike there either. All 3 of those pitches were outside the strike zone.
See how Jordy Mercer approaches this at bat. Bounces the first pitch to second. It's going to be a safe cause. Ike Davis avoids the tag. Hicks continued to go at Davis, and that cost him. Jordy Mercer safe at first.
As you see this, Hicks right now stops him. Now he's supposed to throw to first base.
I think Bruce Bochy is going to argue that should have been called out sooner, going out of the baseline. But this is not challengeable.
Well, he should be arguing with his second baseman.
He should go over right now
and say, why didn't you throw that ball to first?
That would be great.
Because, I mean, that's the guy that, there he is right there. That's the guy that messed up the double play. As soon as you stop the runner, now you got to throw the ball to first base. What's Ike going to do? If he throws to first base, what's Ike going to do? Right now, when Ike turns his back to him, if he throws to first base, he has the double play. You get the force out, and now Ike is in a rundown. He's not going to get out of it. So don't argue with the umpire. Argue with your second baseman. Inning should be over if he makes a routine play for a second baseman at this level. You're shaking your head. You disagree or agree?
Oh, I agree 100%.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Hicks had Ike Davis going back, and instead of going to first, he continued with the play. Two 2-0 the count now on Chris Stewart, who singled and scored in the second. And 3 balls, no strikes. Stewart showing a patient approach here.
Exactly. He's saying, no, I'm not gonna chase the balls out of the strike zone. There they are.
And a 4-pitch walk. That's the second base on balls allowed by Lincecum. He struck out Marte to start this inning. Marte swinging and pitches out of the zone. That last pitch well out in front of the plate, bounced up there. Then Ike Davis singled on a pitch that was out of the zone. Mercer swung at the first pitch, bounced what should have been an inning-ending double play to second. Now Stewart walks on 4 pitches, and Cole, who singled after failing to bunt, got to 2 strikes, singled into center field his last time up. And he takes ball 1. Bruce Bochy's club had their 6-game winning streak snapped last night. Still playing good baseball, leading the West by a game over the Rockies at 21-12 on the year. Check swing foul. His debut against Tim Lincecum, talked about it last year. And how about his first big league at bat? The base hit. Scoring Pedro Alvarez. Gerrit Cole and flashing the Z. Afterward, we talked to him about it. He said it was just all luck, but we're saying that there's more to it than that for Gerrit Cole. His approach. He has 5 hits this season now and 13 at bats. Lincecum out in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just got a piece of it.
I think one of the things I like the best out of Cole is that you can't classify him as anything but a baseball player.
He gets it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's competitive. He wants to play. He wants to experience the whole thing like a baseball player. Hit, run, field, do everything.
Bounce of this ball. And on to first it goes. Pirates strand a couple, but still lead it 4-1 after 3. With 2 outs in the first inning. That gives Belt 9 home runs on the season, and 6 now allowed by Gerrit Cole, and this his 7th start of the season. Last year, Cole gave up a total of 7 home runs in 19 starts. Falls behind Brandon Belt, 2 balls and no strikes. Three and 0. Strike in there to Belt. Three and 2. Tries to come back.
Ball had a little run on it. A lot of Cole's fastballs are fairly straight. That one not so much. Took off. Took it away a little bit.
And to center, McCutcheon. He does come back to get Belt after falling behind 3-0.
97.
Well, we want to see how you root for your Buccos. Our AT&T fan photo of the day. Submit the picture via Twitter. Use the hashtag BucsFanPhoto, and we'll show them during our broadcast. Especially on a sunny afternoon in the Berg. How you root for the Pirates. Michael Morse lined out to right in the first. Morse 2 for 10 in the series. 24 RBIs, tied for 5th in the league. He's 4th in slugging. As he takes 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good place to throw that fastball. And on his hands. Big guys like this, you don't want him to get any arm extension. Keep him tied up.
And he singles into center with 1 out. Big man. Michael Morse, 6'5", 245 pounds. He's bounced around. Matter of staying healthy, really, for him. A couple good years with the Washington Nationals, and the Giants signed him to a contract over the winter, and paying off so far. Here's Hector Sanchez. Cole struck him out to start the second. Sanchez came in batting 188 as a left-handed hitter. Be nice to see a ground ball here.
I think all the kids here want to see a strikeout.
Oh, for the kids, huh?
Yeah.
For the kids.
See a strikeout for the kids. I want to hear them yell.
What do you think, kids? Want the strikeout? What do you say?
They want to strike. Ask them, you want a ground ball, you want a strikeout, like a swing and a miss.
So let's see if Cole does it for the kids.
On this pitch. All right, kids, get ready. Everybody yell and scream. Watch how quiet it will be if it's a ground ball.
I don't know about Right now, they're more interested in the cotton candy and the ice cream.
They might not notice either way. Well, that's all part of coming to the ballpark is eating.
Two and two on Hector Sanchez. A lot of stuff going on here. It's Brandon Crawford on deck. 2 and 2. Whatever he does, he needs to get him here. Not yet. 98.
Yeah.
Cranking it up.
Very top of the strike zone.
And now it's 3 and 2. Hector Sanchez, who had 4 hits in an extra inning game. Full count, Morse at first, 1 out. And another foul ball. Just 50 plate appearances coming into this and 14 RBIs for Hector Sanchez. From Maracay, Venezuela, 24 years old. Making Cole work here. Can he get him on this pitch? No.
You know what this is doing is that when the strikeout comes, it's even going to be louder than
that's right.
all the foul balls.
He's building it up.
Yeah. It'll be an avalanche of sound.
Well, this will be the 10th pitch of this at bat.
Turn up your volume control.
No,
you better turn it down.
Yeah.
Because you don't get hurt.
To right field.
Foul ball, come on.
Fair ball. Hector Sanchez into second base with a double. Well, he has posed all kinds of problems for the Pirates in this series.
They got a little slider. I mean, it's on the plate, but with the count being what it is, you have to throw it on the plate. You don't want to take a chance for a walk, and Sanchez just ripped it down that corner. I was hoping it was going to hook a lot. Get in foul territory, but didn't happen.
First visit from
Sanchez,
Gerrit.
He's been a pain in our neck. Thank goodness he didn't catch last night. Well, he had to be exhausted yesterday, though, after that 5.5-hour game. Remember how many foul tips and shots he was taking?
Yeah. Talking about it right now. How about the home plate umpire, Phil Cuzzy, now at second. Cuzzy saw all those foul balls and pitches in the dirt he was blocking. Now Brandon Crawford, who singled in the second. Well, Crawford won that first battle against Gerrit Cole.
I think he broke his bat, though. I don't think he hit it very well, but muscled it out just far enough to get it into the outfield grass.
1 out, the infield is back. Crawford pops this ball up. Alvarez going to shade his eyes, makes the catch. Cole wins that battle.
Hope that turns out to be a huge out. With a 3-run lead, to have them not be able to get in a run with an out.
Now Brandon Hicks. As Crawford pops up with runners at second and third.
When you have the infield back in your mind, you're out there in the mound, you're almost conceding the run already. Well, the infield's back. I just get an out. But then if you can get a strikeout or a pop-up like that, that's just kind of like a little unexpected little jolt. You're like, oh, hey, maybe I'm going to get out of this without giving up a run. One more guy to get.
Broken bat again. And he got him right away. Brandon Hicks swings at the first pitch. That long at bat by Hector Sanchez. He doubled. Crawford popped up and singled home a pair of runs. Josh Harrison had been in the leadoff spot for 4 straight games. Now Snyder gets the opportunity. And takes ball 1 from Lincecum. Jay Hay this day off. Charlie Morton next to him. Well, what a job by Morton last night.
Yeah, that for me was the big story of the game. I know that the way the game finished kind of overshadowed everything, but Charlie was outstanding. That's the kind of starting efforts we need to start getting on a regular basis.
One unearned run in 8 innings.
The starting rotation set the bar high last year. The expectations are the same.
Three and 2 on Snyder. And Walker to follow. Bullpen action, George Cantos. Strikes him out. 4 punch outs for Lincecum.
Changeup.
Has been going to other pitches more often recently because they are hitting his fastball at a 444 clip. Coming into this game, hitting 207 off his changeup, 276 off his slider, and 200 off his curveball.
Still curveballs and changeups, right? That's what that means.
Yeah.
Throw fastballs, but never throw one for a strike.
Yep.
Pick your spots very carefully for the slider. No curveball, changeup.
Fastball for a strike. 1 and 2.
You see the shift the same as his second at bat, different than the first at bat. Still have a shortstop, third baseman on the left side. Not really a shift, I guess.
Toward left center. Blanco waves off Morse.
A lot of sun out there at the left field, left center area. You're looking up in that direction. Tough to see sometimes. I don't see many clouds up there right now. That's where they're looking.
Andrew McCutchen 1 for 2. RBI single in the first. One and one. McCutchen, career 125 hitter against Lincecum. But he's 1 for 2 today. The big swing, 1 and 2.
Sanchez has been tapping that glove last couple innings in the dirt. He's getting a lot of those breaking balls now low, where he wants it, and have much better results when he can get a swing down there.
And to right field. Even though Belt was well off the line. Not a big hole between Belt and Hicks, but McCutchen found it. Second time he's gone the other way, and he's 2 for 3.
There you can really see where Belt had gone a long ways off. A lot of times, though, even if first baseman makes that play with somebody that runs like McCutchen, they're still not going to get the out because he'll beat the pitcher to the bag. Two outs. Possible running situation. Marte is definitely the base stealer on this team. Kutch will go occasionally, but oh, there he goes.
Wow,
didn't think he was going to run.
He has not run much at all. Matter of fact, he's run as often as Alvarez. He has as many attempts as Pedro Alvarez this season. 4. And McCutchen 4 for 4.
Surprised me seeing him take off. Talking about Marte being a player, when he gets first base, it's 2 or 3 pitches and he's gone, especially with the 2 outs. So if he tries it again. Only 4 attempts this year.
And just 1 attempt since April the 12th. And now McCutchen has Lincecum's attention. Not going this time, and rolled toward Crawford. And McCutchen will be stranded. Play that goes 6-3. 4-1 Bucks. Joaquin Arias bounced out his first time. And he'll bounce out to Jordy Mercer. And that will be it for Tim Lincecum. Pablo Sandoval will come out and hit for the starter. Lincecum goes 4 innings.
8 hits, 4 runs. Not a very effective start this afternoon.
The Giants have been patient with struggling pitchers. You know, they kept Barry Zito in that rotation much longer than the fans would have liked, but Zito did make contributions down the road. This team winning World Series in 2010, 2012, and Zito played a role. Lincecum, we talked about his role as a reliever, and now as a pinch hitter. Kung Fu Panda off the bench, singles to right.
It's hard to argue with the way the Giants do things out there. They've had a lot of success. It's always the bottom line, the way you judge. Do you win? Does the organization win? Giants definitely do that more often than not.
Ball hit hard to right, but it's going to be right at Snyder. Two outs. Brings up Hunter Pence. Traffic on the Allegheny. Cars moving up.
It's sand and gravel going anyway.
Where is it going?
That's what I was curious about. Look at it. It's not getting there very quick. It's going.
Where do you think it's headed?
I don't know. It's upriver, going upriver, heading upriver, Greg.
Yep. It'd be cool to find out where it's going and to have a camera stationed there during our broadcast. Huh? Can we send Terry?
Look at all the guys that are walking around.
Can we send Terry up to wherever they're taking that gravel? I mean, Terry's everywhere anyway. Is there a more active cameraman in all of sports than Terry?
Absolutely not.
(3-0) on Pence. Pence has bounced to third, grounded to first, making his 205th consecutive start, and that is the current active streak in the National League.
It's impressive for him to have that streak like that. He's one of those guys that didn't seem to back off in the way he plays. He plays with some wild abandonment, always going
reckless abandon for
all
sure.
over the place, 100 mile an hour, running into things out in the outfield.
He took a total of 16 innings last year in all of his starts. He started every game. Only Giants player to start all 33 games this season. His current streak of 205 consecutive games played is second in baseball to Prince Fielder, who has made 538 straight starts. That has to come with an asterisk because some of those have been as a DH, which shouldn't even count, should it, Bob?
Absolutely not.
This ball lined to right field, and that's a fair ball. Brandon Belt getting healthy in terms of his batting, and there's a throw toward the plate. They're going to get Belt going into third. He is going to make the last out at third base after he doubles in a pair of runs to make it a 4-3 ball game. Belt brings home Sandoval and Pence and is thrown out at third. They will be happy to have healthy again in the lineup as George Contos, just up from AAA Fresno, spent most of last year in the Giants bullpen. His third year in San Francisco, the former Yankee. This is Starling Marte to start things off here in the bottom of the fifth. Several years ago when the Pirates traded Xavier Nady to the Yankees and got a handful of players, including Jose Tabata, Ross Ollendorf, Daniel McCutchen, the pitcher, Jeff Karstens. They originally Reported we're going to get Contos and Phil Koch in that deal. They reworked the trade and instead ended up with Jeff Karstens and Daniel McCutchen. I don't know if I saw recently that Daniel McCutchen retired. Jeff Karstens missed all of last year. He's had that injured and surgically repaired shoulder. He hopes to get back playing again somewhere. 1 ball, 1 strike on Marte. And now it's 1-2.
We've talked a few times about the Jerry Mills play at the plate. Wasn't it McCutchen pitching?
Oh, yep. You're exactly right. Marte in the air to right. Pence is over. Pence makes the catch. Well, this series concludes today. Off day tomorrow. Then the Cardinals in for 3, and the homestand will conclude on Sunday Night Baseball, 8:05. First time the Pirates will appear on Sunday Night Baseball, nationally televised game. 8:05 first pitch Sunday night. Be there as the Pirates host their rival Cardinals on the national stage. Mother's Day, and for tickets you can go to pirates.com. All mothers will receive a tote bag Sunday night from the MLB Network. 8:05 first pitch on Sunday Night Baseball. Charlie Morton against Shelby Miller. 2-0. Mike Davis trying to sting the ball a little bit last couple games. He's 4 for his last 6.
Good fastball to hit.
Davis 2 for 3 this afternoon. Mercer has struck out and bounced to second. Pirates scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second. I'd like to see them answer that 2 spot. There goes Ike Davis, swing and a miss, and Ike Davis, even from Hector Sanchez's knees, is going to be thrown out.
Hector throws well from his knees. That game the other day where the first 2 steals, he made just 2 horrible throws. Those were all standing up. And then the 3rd throw he made was right on the money. That's the one that got looked at, challenged. That one was from his knees like this time. He throws better from his knees.
Obviously a hit and run that Mercer couldn't connect on.
They attacked the back
closer than I thought.
They're going to have to reteach the tag with the new challenge rules.
Too many players have been getting away with.
It's like nobody ever gets really tagged.
Yeah.
The ball beats you, get the ball down. I mean, that's the way it's
right.
always been. Guys have been, playing like that forever, but not anymore.
Mercer down on strikes. 4-3 Pittsburgh. Here's a guy that could have played probably any sport. Michael Morse, big man. You think the days of the 2-sport pro athlete Are we ever going to see another Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders?
Oh, sure.
Will we?
I think so. Why not? I mean, who would have ever, predicted that we were going to see those two guys?
Yeah.
And I was just amazed at the talent of Bo Jackson.
Morse with a fly ball to center field. Another guy who played all the sports in high school, Andrew McCutcheon.
The baseball, football skills are very different. Set of skills that you have to not only just to play but to excel. And Bo Jackson as a baseball player was just phenomenal. And obviously I don't know about football like baseball, but from what I could see, he was a pretty phenomenal football player also. Not only to survive in both sports, but to be one of the best in the league in both sports was pretty incredible. I mean, that's one of the things I always remember about Bo
I guess the one thing I wonder about, Bob, I hear more and more, especially high school kids, the coaches don't want players, their stars, to be playing both sports, so they're almost forcing kids to decide. It's a shame, but forcing them to decide on one sport because the coaches don't want them playing more than they want them concentrating on that one sport.
Yeah, I think that's been going on for quite a while, though. I mean, even in Bo Jackson's day. I don't know if it's true or not, but speaking of Bo Jackson, I think that might be one of the reasons he went to help me out, Greg.
I'm sorry, who?
School, Bo Jackson.
Auburn
instead of Alabama, so he could also play baseball. I think I heard that somewhere. So I mean, it's been going on for a long time.
But that's interesting. He's forced to choose a school because of that. But I have heard Travis Snyder, of course, most of these guys play more than one sport in school. But I have heard Neil Huntington talk about that it's kind of almost hurting the talent level in baseball when it comes to drafting players. He wishes, and other GMs have talked about this, and scouts, they wish these players would play all the sports. Of course, there's a football star at Pine Richland, along with being a baseball star, Neil Walker. But they think that it almost helps their baseball skills when they do play the other sports, certainly the athleticism. In the air to left. Oh, nice 1-2-3 inning for Gerrit Cole. Back to the bats, get some more runs, leading. And then the Washington Nationals during the next homestand. Bob, you were looking up information on Chris Davis too. Did you say he's taking swings now?
Throwing in the outfield also. Right. I think he had 30 throws, I believe,
30?
in the outfield yesterday.
I didn't know it was 30 or 25.
It was 30.
It was 30.
Yes.
Okay. Let me write that down.
How did you ask?
It's a base hit to left field for Stewart. Good start, because now Cole can try and advance him to second.
Or trick him and swing and get a hit.
Yeah, did that in the second. Chris Stewart on base 3 times against his former club.
I think he might get another hit.
Not going to bunt?
Well, he'll pretend that he's going to bunt and hit.
Trying to think of ways, Bob, to overcome troubles of dropping down a sacrifice bunt. I'd heard that there was one manager who suggested that he would keep the bunt on, especially for position players with 2 strikes, that maybe that would force them to get that bunt down.
I've heard of that.
What do you think of that?
I've heard of that. Most of the time they'll take it off, but if the failures stack up, you have to try other methods.
He misses that bunt try. Reason being, as a position player, maybe you're apt to be concentrate even more with 2 strikes because you don't want to go down with a strikeout if you bunt it foul.
I think if you're sensing some lack of commitment to the bunts, that would definitely be a useful strategy.
You see Cole concentrating, and nobody wants to get it down more than Cole. But now it's 0-2, so we're faced with the same situation we saw in the second inning.
Pretty good effort. Is it quiet bat? At the top half of the baseball, it just wouldn't jump forward.
It'll be interesting to see what Cole does here. With 2 strikes and Stewart on in the second, he singled to center. He showed bunt. And as the pitch came in, he swung away. Obviously showing bunt here. And back to swinging away. But as Bob said, sometimes you'll bunt, sometimes you'll hit into a double play when you swing away. And he hits into the double play with 2 strikes.
And if you're a pitcher, let's say you're a 130, 140 hitter, the chances of you getting a base hit are down around 1 out of 10. The chances of you hitting a ground ball to somebody are far greater than that. So this becomes the result more often than the base hit. I would have studied harder at school if I knew that there was this much math in baseball. It's all about
numbers,
odds,
statistics. It's become a whole business. And they have, including the Pirates, just about every team in baseball now, hiring sabermetricians, statistical gurus, a staff, baseball numbers and information. One ball, 1 strike, the count. Speaking of math, the Pirates involved on Saturday. The Pittsburgh Regional Fantasy Baseball World Series is going to take place in the Rivertown Brewing Hall of Fame Club, 9 a.m. on Saturday. Students from all across the region have participated in the Pirates Charity's Fantasy Baseball Math Program, supported by Pirates GM Neil Huntington, his wife Becca. Math-based curriculum teaching important concepts for children in grades 4 through 8. Using baseball statistics, promoting higher order science, technology, engineering, and math skills. Preparing them for math-based careers. That's Saturday. Snyder 1 for 2 with a walk, 2-run single, and a run scored. Bucs have had some action since that 2-run second, but been kind of quiet overall, certainly in terms of the scoreboard. They were down 1-0 going to the bottom of the first inning, and McCutchen singled home Snyder. Marte doubled home McCutchen, then they added to that lead with a 2 spot in the second. Line drive in a right center field by Travis Snyder. He's on base for the 3rd time. And this will be a 2-base hit, maybe 3. A little stutter step around second. Lunchbox eats some dirt with a triple.
Hear the kids?
They love the triple.
They like that. Right about here, they're up and roaring. Little breaking ball just dropped ahead of it. Perfectly placed. It just barely roll out there to the fence, which I think caused a little bit of a confusion there for a moment between the 2 outfielders. Who was going to pick it up?
Allegheny Health Network Supermo tracking Travis Snyder into third.
Those people are always happy when they run. They're always smiling.
Yep. It's a fun thing to do.
Especially when you're running for third.
Talked earlier about.
Does that song go when you're sliding into third? I can't remember.
Not sure that one. But that gives the Pirates the league lead now in triples. And Walker can only fight this one off by popping it to second. 2 hits. Strand a runner. Do not score. It's not one of Jason Grilly's children, by the way. Jason Jaden, his 2 children. Jason Grilly hopes to return before long. Meanwhile, Gerrit Cole had a quick 1-2-3-6. There is grilled cheese. But Cole, before Charlie Morton last night, he had been the last pitcher and the only pitcher to throw 8 innings in a game.
That came after that poor start of his. Maybe a little bit of a trend in his career that he does have a good start, or excuse me, if he has a poor start, a little chip on his shoulder maybe next time out.
Wouldn't be surprising at all. That was an 8-inning stint against the Brewers on the 20th of April.
They've given up 5 runs in the prior start. That was against Cincinnati.
Yep. Pirates hadn't had a pitcher go 6 or more innings going into last night's game since his start against the Cardinals back on the 25th of April. And he starts off Brandon Hicks with a strikeout. 6 punch-outs now for Cole.
Now we got a little spoiled last year by the starting pitching. Definitely been a dry spell of late. Good hard breaking ball there for strike 3. But hopefully with Charlie Morton's effort yesterday and now Cole pitching here into the 7th.
To get that roll going, a little competition. Hey, he went 8, I'm going 7. At least give the team 6 almost every night. At least.
It's very difficult to find a winning club that doesn't have at least pretty good starting pitching. Maybe it doesn't have to be leading the league, but
top 5.
Yeah.
The Pirates were 4th in the league in starting pitching last year in ERA. So yeah, be a top 5 team.
You can kind of make up with starting pitching for some other things that maybe you lack a little bit. That if you're not a big home run hitting team or something like that. In fact, the Giants, what was it, a couple years ago, the fewest home runs in baseball and won the World Series.
Yeah.
The pitching can cover up some things, especially the starting pitching.
Francisco Liriano will go Friday night, and heard Ray Searage talking on our flagship station this morning, 93.7 The Fan, talking about Liriano and how encouraged he was after his bullpen session yesterday. He still has that little groin injury in the back of his mind, the one that almost forced him to be scratched from opening day. His second to last start spring training. Suffered a little groin injury, and the first time in a while he told Ray Searage that he didn't feel it at all and was really anxious to get back on the mound on Friday night. Now a 1-out single. Angel Pagan is going to pinch hit, and the bullpen will be activated. So Ray Searage goes to the mound, going to buy the bullpen a little bit of time. Justin Wilson will start to throw. We'll take a look at our road ahead for the Pirates. Brought to you by Nissan. After that off day, 3-game series against the Cardinals. Told you Francisco Liriano on the mound for the Bucs against Michael Wacha. First time for Wacha at PNC Park since he took that no-hitter into the 8th inning of Game 4 of the National League Division Series. Saturday, Lance Lynn against Edinson Volquez. Sunday night, Charlie Morton against Shelby Miller. The nationally telecast game at 8:05. You'll think about being here for the big series against the Cardinals. Pirates hope to be gaining some momentum before welcoming in the Redbirds. A win today gives them back-to-back series wins. And here is Angel Pagan against Cole, who's ready to throw his 95th pitch, and it's a ball. Pagan tied for 9th in the league in hitting at .323. He was 0 for 4 last night, 3 for 7 the opening game of the series. Pulls this foul past first base coach Roberto Kelly. It's a ball and a strike on Angel Pagan. He's batting for George Cantos, who relieved Tim Lincecum. Cantos gives up 3 hits, no runs in his 2 innings. Switch hitting Pagan, batting from the left side, and concerned now about Joaquin Arias. The right-hander for the Giants is Juan Gutierrez. He'll be the new San Francisco pitcher. It will be interesting to see what happens with Gerrit Cole. Left-handed hitter Gregor Blanco is on deck. One ball, one strike count on the pinch hitter Angel Pagan. Time was called just as Cole was about ready to deliver.
Pitcher's in the stretch position. Let him pitch.
Did that bug you a lot when you pitched?
Yeah.
I know you hate it now, but I'm just wondering.
No, I hate it then.
When you pitched.
What are you trying to say?
You're such an easygoing guy. I mean,
no, I didn't like that. But
yeah.
the problem with it then, when you're out there, man, to me it was such a distraction. My concentration was the best in the world. So when I'm like this, and all of a sudden I look up and I see somebody like backing out, going time or something, it would mess me up. I would now stop my delivery, whether they called time or not. I would come to a stop. I'll throw the ball. Just stand there and wait. Yeah.
When I'm ready. Yeah, fly ball to left. Big out there for Cole to get one of the league's leading hitters to pop out to left. And left-handed hitting Gregor Blanco to the plate. Pretty apparent that Cole needed to get Pagan to stay in the ball game.
Yeah, if he had a runner in scoring position, he probably wouldn't still be out there.
Wilson is ready. Clint Hurdle going to give Cole an opportunity to get the final out. Give him a chance to go 7. He's at the 97 pitch mark. Blanco lined out to right field his last time up. Strike one. First 2 times Cole struck him out. There goes the runner. And Blanco fouls it back and out of play at 97. It looked as though Arias had a pretty good jump.
Still got plenty of gas in the tank. Yeah, that was a good jump, but Blanco can't take a pitch there.
Yeah. 0-2 on Gregor Blanco.
Yeah, you can, but now it's 0-2. You really put yourself in a severe hole. You might take a strike if you're trying to let somebody steal, but awfully confident hitter. Take 2.
He struck him out to end his day. Gerrit Cole gives up 3 runs in his 7 innings of work. He strikes out his 7th. It's the 3rd time he's gotten Blanco. What a way to finish. And the young total of the season, he punched out 10 Cubs in 6 innings, his 2nd start of the year. Juan Gutierrez now on in relief. Gutierrez pitched 1 2/3 innings on Monday night, the 13-inning affair, and he gave up a couple of runs. Andrew McCutchen leads off. McCutchen flied out against Gutierrez on Monday night. Today against Tim Lincecum, McCutchen was 2 for 3 with an RBI single in the 1st. Ball 1. McCutchen, Alvarez, Marte looking to add on. 4 runs, 11 hits for the Pirates. They've stranded 7.
What are those horns called, man?
Oh, I used to know the name when we were in Montreal. We used to talk about it all the time. Something. Oh, look out there.
Used in the soccer.
Palooza's, what are they? Yeah. Vuvuzela. Vuvuzela, right? McCutchen.
Ooh, Vuvuzela, right there.
Yeah. By the way, our that's the limbo right there.
I don't want to get too many of them up there. They gotta like those horns.
Miss those Montreal days. 3-1. By the way, thanks to Zach, our stage manager, he lets us know that barge that we saw earlier was the D.L. Johnson heading upriver. Belongs to the Campbell Transportation Company, and it was headed to Cheswick, the Cheswick Power Plant in Springdale, PA. So that's where Terry needs to be next time.
Didn't it look like it had like gravel?
It did, yeah.
To a power plant.
Yeah.
They usually.
There's Terry. He's ready to go on that barge. Yep. He's everywhere.
A lot of fun to make a trip like that.
Yeah. 3-1 high in the air to center. Blanco makes the catch. By the way, I saw our buddy Mark Grant the other day for the Padres, color analyst, and Dick Enberg doing a game from what I guess would be the Lexus Club seats here. It was great fun. So I'm going to request that. Would you like to do the game down there from the front row? Not really?
Yeah, I like to do the game from the stands.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Lexus Club stands. I want to get out someplace else.
It's up to him, the boss, Mark Garda.
I don't think It doesn't look like he's in favor.
No, it doesn't look like. Cindy Boyden, the engineer next to him.
When we were at Three Rivers, we were down there every night.
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with that because we were 5 rows back. It didn't make much sense. But I mean, first row near, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe in one of the camera wells by the dugout where Dan Potash is.
Be good. I want to do one from the
I mean, they were actually.
I want to do the deck on Pup Night. That's what I want to do.
Mark Grant was actually yelling at the players on deck, and they were responding to him. It was hilarious.
I thought he was yelling at the umpire.
They're probably doing that too. 1 ball, 1 strike on Alvarez with 1 out. 4-3 Pirates. Checks, takes. Did he?
Danny, did it go?
Dan Potash has a good angle down there.
I do. I have a very good view, but bring your glove if you come down here.
Do you bring your glove?
No.
Well,
I'm learning. I'm learning the hard way.
And sunglasses. Glove, sunglasses.
Yeah, and sunblock.
And, well, the other day you had a Pittsburgh City policeman.
Yep.
Kind of guarding things. He's there?
He's right back here.
Yeah.
He's behind bars.
Very, very good.
Nice.
2-2.
Yeah, good view down here.
Keith Reese right behind him.
Sunscreen's important, though. Got to watch out for the 5 head.
And then Dan protecting Keith Reese.
Yeah, Keith's a good man. He got the Roy Hobbs shot at Neil Walker.
Yep.
That's right.
Neil Huntington said it was his favorite shot ever. We had Neil Huntington on his radio show the other day. He said, I think that image will stand out for the rest of my life. There's a nice pick by Belt and throwing a strike to the pitcher Gutierrez covering. 2 away. Two down, a fly out to center and a ground out to Belt. Well, Gutierrez threatening to retire the Pirates 1-2-3. Bucks have not been set down in order yet. Who can blame Neil Huntington? Because that's an epic shot right there. Roy Hobbs-like from the natural.
The thing that I liked about it hadn't been raining all night. It was just at that moment it started coming down. He got the big hit, and then the rain went away. It was really a great moment. The fans, do you remember this, Greg? They had all gotten up and were moving as quick as they could to get out of the rain. He hit the ball, and everybody froze in their spot to watch the flight of the baseball as the rain was pouring down. It really was a great moment.
He pulled a Kiner, did Walker. So they used to do at Forbes Field, I hear. His last at bat. Pirates were not a good team in terms of the wins and losses when Kiner was playing, but they always waited for Kiner's last at bat, and they kind of stood up near the exits, waited for the last AB, and then they headed out.
That's what happened. Steve told me. I gotta believe Steve.
And Marte to Crawford. And then the Pirates do go down in order. Pirates still lead by 1. Reliever on, and Clint does not like to bring his relievers in the middle of an inning. He prefers them to start clean, as he says, but a vote of confidence for Gerrit Cole. And a fly ball to left.
I wonder if he's going to let him pitch to Belt.
Good question. He gets Pence on 1 pitch.
I don't see him anywhere. I think he's going to let him go.
How about this?
Old school like.
Yeah, it sure is. .101 pitches thrown today, and it is Belt who has given him the most trouble.
What's with the half? Is that when somebody calls time and you're like you wind up?
Well, how do you get a half pitch? Ball 1 on Belt. Homered in the first and doubled in a pair in the 5th. Also flied out in the 4th inning. Have to figure Cole wants to be careful here, but you also have to figure, well, I mean, he had Wilson ready in the 7th after Arias got on, and you figure that he's not going to face Morse if Belt gets on. Ground ball. On the first, 2 outs.
So the pitch before that was 98 miles an hour. So
no problem with the velocity. Right?
Yeah, if he's looking up at the velocities to see, is he still strong? Well, the answer to that is a definite yes. This one's 96. The previous pitch was 98. So he's still got plenty of juice left.
His career high in terms of pitch count, 108, his first start this season against the Cardinals. He's at 104 currently. Ball 1 on Michael Morse. The other thing too, Bob, I wonder, and I don't know that Clint Hurdle would even say this because he's not going to show any signs of not having confidence in his bullpen, but I wonder, because of the fact the Pirates have had a handful of blown saves already, the bullpen has been a bit shaky at times. And he talked the other day about how they've been challenged with, especially with inherited runners this season. Stabbed by Cole! And they are riding the Cole train this afternoon. 1, 2, 3, and out. Old school afternoon. Considered allowing Cole to even go out for the 9th inning. But it looks like that decision's been made. As Ike Davis steps to the plate, 2 for 3.
Yeah, that would be an awful lot of congratulations just for having a good 8.
Yeah, right.
Hey, nice 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
and give me a
hey,
hug.
Way to go. Well, we've seen that in the past after, laid down a bunt or there was some pitcher for another team on the road trip, I believe, was getting high fives in the dugout after going like 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 or 5 runs. They're all high fiving them. You never know. See if Davis can have a 3-hit afternoon. Say Tabata. Might he be asked to pinch hit? Careful swing that bat in the dugout.
Cole's still out there. See him sitting there?
Yeah. Gene Segura got whacked in the head last week. Ryan Braun was swinging a bat in the dugout. 2-1.
That's why I always stayed in the clubhouse. I don't want to get hurt.
So when Leland went out, what are you doing in the dugout? Don't want to get hurt, Skip.
The dugouts are tiny.
2-2 count on Ike Davis. I'm going to take a little walk and think about this now. Starling Marte.
Great homestand.
Double. RBI in the first. And indeed, Ike Davis.
Thought about it.
3 hits. After collecting a couple of hits last night. Davis has now reached base safely in 6 straight games. And he has 5 hits and 10 at-bats in this series against the Giants. Jordy Mercer looks for his first hit. Unless he tries to bunt. And he does, and he gets it down. Sacrifice accomplished. 3-4.
China. All right, little insurance.
Jordy Mercer gets the sacrifice. Ike Davis, who came in batting .208, and with his 3 hits today, now up to .237. Josh Harrison will pinch run for him. Three-hit day for Ike Davis. Part of a 12-hit attack. The Pirates had 16 hits in 13 innings on Monday. Last night they scratched out a 2-1 win on 5 hits. And Chris Stewart on base 3 times. He has 2 of the 12 hits. The Pirates' backup catcher and former Giant. Strike on Chris Stewart with the pinch runner Josh Harrison at second. Bucks have not scored since the second inning, even though they've had plenty of action on the bases. It's an important insurance run. Mark Melancon loosens in the bullpen. Gabby Sanchez comes out on deck to bat for Cole. That's fouled off to the right. That's 0-2 on Chris Stewart. Gabby Sanchez, Josh Harrison wanting to score. Juan Gutierrez, the third pitcher today for Bruce Bochy. Instructions from his third baseman Joaquin Arias. Two. And popped him up on the infield. First baseman Belt calls for it, makes the basket catch.
That ball just wasn't hitting all that high for Belt to have an easy time of it. Sanchez realized that right away. He got out there thinking he was going to have to make that play because Belt wouldn't have time to come in.
Gabby Sanchez, .259 batting average. Last 6 starts hitting .381, but now off the bench. Gabby Sanchez 2 for 10 as a pinch hitter. Mark Melancon is getting ready. And towards center. Gregor Blanco will make the catch. Mark the Shark has just 1 run with which to work. Looking for a save and a series win. Mark Melancon, who had a blown save opportunity on Monday, is right back at it. 5, 6, 7 men in the order due up.
Just that 1 run. Got to be perfect this afternoon. Tried a couple of times to get some insurance across. Could never find that extra run.
We'll see about the approach, too, by the way, of these Giants hitters. Hunter Pence started that 9th inning with a base hit to right. Buster Posey followed with a base hit to right. Michael Morse followed with a ground out to second. All three right-hand hitters going the other way. There is Gerrit Cole. We'll watch and see if Melanson can't save it for him, as first batter Hector Sanchez, the switch hitter, swings and misses. We have a note that I still find hard to believe. The Pirates Media Relations Department passes along that this is the first time Pirate starters have gone at least 8 innings in back-to-back games since August of 2007. Coincidentally, it was against the Giants. Charlie Morton last night.
Erlersworth?
It does not. Charlie Morton went 8 innings last night. Cole 8 innings today. Line foul.
Paul Maholm.
You think Maholm, huh?
Maholm and Duke.
All right, we'll go with that.
I think Duke and Maholm. I think Duke.
Oh, in that
pitched
order
first, yeah.
It was Scorzalani and Maholm, by the way. Tom
Really?
Scorzalani and Paul Maholm. I didn't.
Oh.
I have other people do that for me now. Mark Melanson taking over that closer's role with Grilli on the DL, as he did last summer. Saved 16 games last year. And then to right, Snyder. One down. I'm sure they'll be talking about back-to-back starts by Pirates pitchers going 8 innings on the postgame. Brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Taking you on the field, inside the clubhouse. Game reaction, Clint Hurdle, our Root Sports analyst. Pirates postgame coming up after this one on Root Sports with Robin T. Right behind section 103 near the Budweiser Bow Tie Bar. After the game, Brandon Crawford is 1 for 3 today. Takes ball 1. On Crawford. Now 1-1. One ball, one strike. And into center, McCutchen racing in. And a diving catch by Kutch.
Nice play.
I think even he
had to go ahead
pretty
first
excited.
For it. You see Kutch leave his feet a lot, but it's always feet first, but he couldn't do that on this one. This ball was kind of a jam shot. Falling fast. They're playing deep. Trying to guard against an extra base hit. He had a long way to come. Excellent play.
Nearly 24,000 on their feet here as the Pirates try to take back-to-back series. And raise it. Take 2 of 3 from the Giants.
Now the Pirates are going back to a recipe that worked so often last year. Get behind great starting pitching.
Well, this is the first time a Pirate starter has won a game since April the 17th. Edinson Volquez beat the Brewers. Today, Gerrit Cole beats the Giants. A lot of youngsters on hand enjoying their Pirates. And Travis Snyder very much involved, on base 3 times. Mark Melanson right back on the saddle, gets the save.
That's the life of a closer. You can't ever feel bad about a blown save. The next day you might be back out. You just have to be kind of thick-skinned. And Melanson definitely knows how to handle that role, even though it's not his all the time. He's been in that situation enough in the past that he can step in and get the job done.